what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun.
Welcome back to the Stealing Home Show, the most unserious baseball show on the planet, hosted by the best brother-sister duo in baseball. It's me, your favorite brother, Anthony. Lisa's got fireworks behind her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's your most,
I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, it's your favorite sister, Lisa, with fireworks behind her, too. So, another week, another episode of Stealing Home. Got a lot of baseball to talk about. Not really. It's spring training, so people are just starting to get back into the swing of things. But if you like our unserious takes in baseball and how stupid we are with the game that we love, be sure to subscribe. We do this every week, every Monday. New episodes coming at you every week until we both, or at least one of us, dies. So, with that being said, we don't have a sponsor, but I'll tell you what, this show is not sponsored by Portillo's because I had the worst burger of my life about 10 minutes ago.
Well, that's your problem. You got to get the hot dog at Portillo's.
I know.
That's where you messed up. Also, as a Spanish native, it feels like whenever I read it, I think Portillos, which I know is not true.
That's dumb.
I know. I can't help it. I'm
honestly,
sorry.
It seems racist. I don't know to which race, but it just...
I don't know how it could be.
That one just feels racist. I don't like that at all.
All
honestly.
Right. Well, should we get into topics or is there more admin you'd like to do?
Maybe we should sit on this one a little? Or no? All right, let's get into baseball. Go ahead. You rip it. Okay. Lisa was kind enough to absolutely destroy the topic. And when I mean destroy, like she dove head first. All right, just rip it. Go.
Okay, yeah. So this past Tuesday, Max Scherzer had his first outing as a Blue Jay, and more interestingly, his first outing against a robot umpire. While the Blue Jays jersey looks good on Max, the meetup with the ABS did not go as smoothly. After losing 2 challenges, one from the batter and one of his own, Scherzer discussed his own skepticism about ABS, how accurate he thinks humans are, what this means for baseball, whether strike zones are 2D or 3D, and ultimately he had this to say: "Can we just play baseball? We're humans. Do we really need to disrupt the game? I think humans are defined by humans." So I know that was a long one, but
humans,
I think that sums up what happened.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. Humans are defined by humans.
Yeah, I guess.
Max Scherzer is a little bit of a baby. And I know, Max, you're probably watching this. I still love you, bro. Like, you know, me and him go way back. But, bro, he is a little bit of a baby, right? So he didn't have these issue with ABS maybe until he had, like, a call go against him. Like, he challenged the call.
Yeah, so...
Got it wrong.
Yeah, you want me to walk... I can walk you through it if you want.
Actually, go ahead. I got the video.
Yeah. So I believe the first was and I can never get the pitches right. I think it was a curveball to Lars Nootbaar. No.
Oh my God, Nootbaar. It's on the screen.
Nootbaar.
It's on the screen.
Sorry. I couldn't. I don't know why I came out that way. I'm bad with names. We know this. It was Lars Nootbaar. He ended up challenging it. It was called a ball. It was called a strike by the human umpire. Later, was called a ball by ABS.
No.
Which obviously.
All right. So if you watch the screen, it's actually on the screen right now. Maybe Nootbaar's hitting. I don't know. But Scherzer throws a curveball. It's called a ball. He thinks it's a strike. Taps his head.
No. So wait.
Oh,
I
word?
wasn't done. I wasn't done with the story.
It happened twice?
Max. Yes, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Oh, my God.
And did you not hear my opening? I said it happened twice. One from the batter and one from him. You didn't even listen. So, yes, Nootbaar comes up to the plate. It's called a strike. He challenges. ABS calls it a ball. Later, in the second inning, and actually I think that was actually Scherzer's 11th pitch, I believe, if we want to be really technical. I got really deep on this. Second inning, 2 outs down. Scherzer pitches. He thinks it's a strike. It's called a ball by the human umpire. Scherzer challenges. No go. It's actually
nowhere,
a ball.
nowhere near the zone.
He loses. And so after that, he was upset, of course. And this is where we get like this whole entire very detailed thoughts on ABS that he had with the Atlantic, talking about basically all the things that I talk about in our ABS video. So you used to go check out our video on Robo Umps because they're all the same issues that Max has, which I think are fair.
I don't think they're very fair. I don't think it takes out the human element of the game at all. I think that if anything, it adds more of a human element because you got a little bit of personality. Like Max Scherzer is the type of guy that thinks that every ball that leaves his hand is a strike. So he's going to want to challenge everything. And the only people who can challenge are the pitchers, catchers, and the batters. So it's not like it'll come from the dugout. So it's like you're going to have situations where these guys, they're not selfish, but these guys that are so, I guess, convicted that what they are right all the time. And like you saw with Max Scherzer, that pitch it was nowhere near the zone. So it could be fun to see how that, you start seeing a little bit of personality. And that is human. That's human element of baseball that we're seeing right there.
They did ask him. They did ask him about the one that he challenged. And they were like, okay, you're so against challenging. Like, what happened? Also, like, that was a ball. And he was like, I just wanted to know. I think the points that he brings up there's 2 points that I agree with him on. They give me pause about ABS. They always have. One is the framing by catchers. I think that that's such an integral part of the game. You kind of get rid of it when you have ABS. I mean, I think it's a skill, but whatever. I think the other thing which he specifically talks about is the strike zone being 2D or 3D. And I go into depth about that because if the strike zone is 2D, then we know that there's obvious problems because something could hit. It's supposed to be, in theory, the zone is if the ball hits any part of the zone. Well, if the zone is a sheet of paper, it's different than if the zone is a box, right? Because something could drop in after the sheet of paper, right, into the box.
I follow you.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Of course, I know geometry.
Right. So I think that is a really good point, and it's not one that they have solved with ABS. They still don't know.
There's no way they
don't
know. They probably either just pick one or the other. It's not like they don't know.
It's not that they don't know. It's just that Hawkeye is better at when there's a defined line. Like every time it's been used, tennis, soccer, other sports, when there's a defined line of like, it can't cross here, it's just better.
All right.
It's not good at 3D objects.
They'll figure that out. As long as it's uniform, I don't care what it is. So I don't care if it's 2D or 3D. As long as it's uniform, it doesn't change throughout the game, which is fine. You know what does change throughout the game? Umpire strike zones. And it's not like you're going to lose that forever because it's just 2 challenges. And if you get one wrong, you don't retain it. So it's not like it's going to be people constantly challenging. But something you brought up with the framing, is it a skill? Yeah. Is it a part of the game? Yeah. But when's the last time you went to a baseball game and was like, oh, I can't wait to watch this catcher frame pitches today? No.
All right.
When's the last time I went to a game and I was like, that pitch was so far outside and it just ruined the game because there was bases loaded, 2 outs, and he called the ball in the dirt a strike? That happens more often than me going, oh, babe, did you see him frame that pitch? Oh, dude, so sick. No one says that. So,
well, I think you're right. I don't think right now when they're doing it in spring training, there's a cap on the challenges. I think right now it's unlimited.
Is that accurate?
Because Scherzer
Is that accurate?
I'm trying to tell you. He talked about it in his interview, how he said if there was like a set limit, he'd feel more comfortable. But right now there wasn't. So I don't know if that was just the game he was playing or in his mind. I'm not sure, but he alluded to that in his interview. But I will say, I think we did also a reason I don't think that is true is because a few games later, he was playing his teammate, Trey Turner, who challenged a ball just for funsies to get back at Scherzer,
his former
which
teammate.
Is funny.
Yep.
Yes, which is funny. So is there a limit? Tell me.
Yes, 2 times per game you can challenge the ball or strike system. Challenges must be called immediately after the pitch. They cannot come from the dugout or anywhere else, just the pitcher, catcher, and hitter. If a player takes too long to signal, the umpire can deny the challenge if he takes too long to signal it. So
but there's only 2 a game.
2 a game. If the challenge is correct, they keep it. If it's wrong, they lose it. So only 2 a game. You don't get any extra challenges for extra innings. So if it goes 18 innings, you still get 2 a game. That's it. So.
Well, then Max will be very pleased to hear that. I know that was one of the things that he said.
I think Max, with his fun facts, he's got 2 different colored eyes. I think Max with his 2 different colored eyes is just talking out his butt. This is the same guy that when they threw the pitch clock in, he would throw a pitch, and while the batter is getting ready again, he's already set so that as soon as he looks at him, he throws it, which is already illegal. They had to put a rule in the rule book, but there's already one in the rule book. You're not allowed to quick pitch the batter with like that. You can't come set before the batter is in the box to get ready to throw, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like you have to wait for the batter to look at you and be ready. That's already been a rule in baseball. And you can fact check me on that. Like not you, I'm talking about you.
Oh, okay.
You guys can fact check me on that. Nah. But yeah, I I think Max is just being a big baby, but that's why he is who he is. He's awesome for that. So, I mean, he's still a great pitcher. It's just he's a big baby. Pitchers are babies. You can at me on that if you're a pitcher out there and you want to talk crap. You guys are babies. Also,
well, speaking of babies,
no, wait. I want to bring up something. You did not give me any love. Am I sharing my screen with you? Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
Do you not see the beautiful, iRobot theater thing I just made? Come on, you didn't notice this?
The movie poster? Yeah, I can see it.
The one man who saw it coming? Maybe he's on to something. I thought this was fun. You didn't give me any love for that, so. No,
that's hilarious, man. I love it. I'm so glad that you spent time making that.
Yeah, you suck.
It makes the show better.
You suck. You suck so much. I'm not laughing. Go ahead.
Speaking of babies.
Me.
Some news from another one and by baby I mean a 21-year-old, I believe. Will the disrespect on baseball's name ever end? Apparently not. So Colorado Buffaloes standout and potential number 1 draft pick Travis Hunter said him playing defense and offense in football is harder than Shohei Ohtani's hitting and pitching in baseball. What are our thoughts on that?
One, don't call that man a baby. He's a dog.
He's 21. He's a little boy.
What is that? No, you're being dumb. He's a dog. That's Travis Hunter. He's a Heisman, and he plays both sides of the ball in football. But yes, he's 100% wrong. What he does is not as hard as Shohei Ohtani. I get what he's saying, though. If you actually have the quote, if you want to listen to it, I'll just pull it up right now.
Probably me, what I do in football, because it's a lot on your body. Tony, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
So I don't know if you heard him.
Yeah.
But he's pretty much saying because of the physical aspect of football, what he does is harder than Ohtani. Now, let's not act like baseball is not physical, though. It's not physical in the way that football is, but you play every day for like 6 months. Every day.
That's true. That is true.
3 hours a day playing baseball. It's not like the most physically, demanding sport.
Demanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to do something and it's not just 3 hours because you're out there taking BP. Like, it's the whole day for 162 games a year. That's not like it's not physical. But also, who do you think would have an easier time? Travis Hunter in the box facing 100 miles an hour and then him getting on the mound and trying to pitch like Aaron Judge, or like Ohtani running a route, or Ohtani being a cornerback and trying to stop a wide receiver? Like, who you betting money on to do better in the other sport? I'm betting on Ohtani because football, if you're an athlete, it's not as hard as baseball. Baseball, you can be an athlete and still suck.
I was going to say, I think what I think of is, one, they're two completely different things, right? I mean, I think the physical aspect of football is probably harder in the sense of like you're being hit by other people, which is way more painful than just the regular wear and tear of your body as you're constantly being active. But I think the technical side of baseball, I mean, people have said that, honestly, Travis's own head coach at Colorado, Dion, would say that hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things that you can do in sports, right? Like, I mean, everyone knows this. So I see them as two different things. However, I will say, if I had to say which one is harder, I would just point out that, and I'm not a football phenom. I don't know a lot about football. You guys are probably laughing because you're like, she doesn't know a lot about baseball either. But I do know this. There have been guys who have played on both sides of the football in football more than there have been pitchers and hitters and sluggers in baseball. I mean, we have two men that have really been able to do that. That's Babe Ruth and then Shohei Ohtani. And there's guys who can play different positions in football. I don't think that's that rare.
The thing about Travis Hunter is that in college he played almost every single snap in the game, which is crazy. That is crazy.
No,
that is crazy.
I hear you.
But you get somebody with some endurance who's an athlete. Maybe I'm underestimating how hard it is. I know it's hard, but guys, 100 miles an hour with movement, and then to get on the mound and do the same thing to somebody else at the highest level. No, Travis Hunter did it in college. Imagine doing that. Like, he's not going to be able to do that in the NFL. I don't think. If he does, all power to him. No. But Ohtani's doing this at the best level of baseball.
You took the words out of my mouth when you said that, because I'm like, yeah, he did it in college, great, but like, try that in the NFL. It's not. I mean, I don't think a team would even let him do that. I don't think that would just be crazy. I don't think the human body can take that. I don't want to undermine how the hitting part of football, I think, really is.
Well, let's
tough.
also think about this. He's playing wide receiver and corner, and they don't really get hit that hard. Like they do, like a wide receiver will get hit hard, but a corner, like Deion Sanders was known for Deion Sanders had a rap for never tackling somebody, and then his comeback for that was, well, I never had to tackle somebody because no one ever caught the ball off of me. So it's a good classic Deion. But yeah, like corner's not the most physical. Like it's physical hand fighting, or whatever, like off the line, but it's not like you're a safety and you're gonna hit somebody, or a linebacker stopping a run.
Right. Regardless, I'll just say that he's not, like you said, he's doing it in college. He's not doing it at the highest level like Ohtani is. And and he also, like, I don't want to shit on Colorado here, but like he was playing at Colorado. You know what I mean? Like, how is the competition there? Not to be a jerk, but I'm just
I don't want to. I mean, let's not act like the ACC is the toughest conference in football.
I didn't say that.
Well,
I didn't bring it up.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't even know what conference he's in.
Big 12.
So, okay. Well, I don't know who he's playing.
Power 5.
And I only heard of Colorado because of Deion. So, my only point is, like, we're not comparing apples to apples here. I think it was really stupid of him to say that, because all he's going to do is get a lot of people saying, like, what are you talking about?
To be fair, on a serious note, the reporter asked him that, and he did answer it like very nice. He's like, Otani's a great player, but like, what is he supposed to say? Like, maybe he's just like, yo, obviously it's me. Like, what I do is harder. Like, he's proud of himself, so I don't blame him for what he said. I think people are gonna blow it out of proportion. I think the answer, if you don't know what is to just be like, I don't know, like, or just say it's not the same thing, so I wouldn't even try to compare it. Yeah, that's if you're a wussy boy. But Travis Hunter's a dog, obviously, so he's gonna say it's him.
Okay.
What he does is harder.
Okay.
He just makes it look easy.
So does Ohtani, though. Funny enough.
Well, Ohtani has a World Series. Does Travis Hunter have a World Series? No.
No. All right. Are we moving?
I'm in your car.
Okay.
I'm in your car. You
apparently, yeah. I'm driving on my own. So
when I drive, I got the transitions beautifully. I don't know. The first two stops were good, but the third stop, the car kind of backfired a little bit. So you got to make up for it here.
Talking about start and stop conversations, over the weekend, it was reported that Commissioner Rob Manfred is considering a petition from Pete Rose's family to remove Pete from baseball's ineligibility list. Jeffrey Lankoff, a lawyer from LA who represented Pete before his passing, he said it is now time to turn the page on Pete Rose's legacy in baseball and for the Hall of Fame to honor him. But the Rose family aren't the only ones hoping for some leniency soon. With the Hall of Fame's Contemporary Baseball Era Committee meeting this December, Sammy Sosa has come out and said that he hopes his shot at the Hall of Fame aren't lost for good. Sosa told USA Today, "I believe in time. Nobody's perfect. Time will heal all wounds. I really believe that one day the door will be open for us." Us obviously meaning him, McGuire, and all the other guys from that era that have been shut out of the Hall of Fame. So what are our thoughts on some Hall of Fame talk at the beginning of the season?
Well, Sammy Sosa's talking like Moses, saying, let our people go. He's like, open the doors and we shall flood. Like, what is he? Okay, yeah. I don't think if they let Sammy Sosa in, they got to let Babe Ruth in and all the other steroid guys in. We've talked about this in the past.
Babe Ruth?
Did I say Barry Bonds? My fault. Barry Bonds.
Thank you. Okay.
Barry Bonds, all the other steroid guys. You got to let them all in.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Ramirez?
Yeah, maybe if he's got Hall of Fame numbers. But any person who should have been in the Hall of Fame that wasn't because of steroids, if you let Sammy Sosa in, you got to let them all in. And I think I've been on this, we've both talked about this in the past, and I think we're both in a similar spot where we say we want, if they get in the Hall, like everyone knows they took steroids, they're a part of baseball history, they should be in the Hall, but like everyone knows they have an asterisk next to their name. So just let them in anyway.
So Sosa, I think actually it might have been McGuire, one of the two of them, based on all this talk, said something to the effect that, I think it was Sosa, like, we never got caught. basically like he never had a positive PEDS test.
Oh, come
whereas
on.
like
Let's be real though.
I know. Okay. So he said that obviously in regards to the fact that like A-Rod and others of that era were caught, he said, basically we weren't caught, but then he followed it up by saying like, okay, but people weren't blind.
Yeah.
Like they could see what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys are
so
looking
that
like
would
cartoon figures hitting baseballs out of the park 600 feet in the air.
Right. He also mentioned that the reason he took, or I guess one of the reasons was because, the stress, like you mentioned earlier, they play so many games. It is really hard for you to recover after playing 162 games.
That's the biggest
So
benefit.
and that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, why do you think Barry Bonds was ripping like 50, 60 home run seasons even when he was old as hell? I mean, it just helps recover, especially playing 162 games.
So how do we feel? Okay, I guess
that's
first
Sammy
about
Sosa.
Pete Rose.
Yeah, that was Sammy Sosa. When it comes to Pete Rose, though, that's total BS. Like, I mean, everyone knew it was going to happen as soon as he passed away. Then they'd let him in, which is such a you could take your Hall of Fame and you could wipe your ass with it. If I'm Pete Rose and his family, you could take your Hall of Fame and you could shove it up your, you know what, you're gonna wait till I die to do this, really? When I've been essentially like a quarter of my life, I've been fighting for this, and now that I'm dead, you guys want to do it? You know what to do. Like,
honestly. The more I learn about Pete Rose, the less I like him. And so I've stopped caring about this, to be honest with you.
Well, best baseball player in the best hitter. When it comes to like just putting barrel on ball and getting base hits, he's got the most hits. He was the most competitive. Charlie Hustle. I mean, he played the game the right way. So you could hate what you want to hate about him. Ty Cobb, people hated Ty Cobb too. He's in the Hall of Fame. You just don't let people in the Hall of Fame because they're bad guys. I mean, he inspired a lot of people to play baseball the right way. So you can hate him for what you want, but he is what he is to whoever takes him as he is. But he should be in the Hall of Fame, and he should have been in the Hall of Fame before he died. I rest my case. I could talk about this for hours. Yeah. MLB sucks for this, by the way. You guys are terrible, and you did that man dirty. But I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, I kind of feel like at this point, I mean, if I was his family, I wouldn't I think I would stop because the same thing you said, he's passed now. We were fighting this for years. It kind of is what it is. But I guess to protect his legacy, they want to.
Yeah, I'd still take it.
To do right by him.
I'd still take it.
Yeah, so.
I would still, I think it's still.
I guess they're considering it.
It would still be nice, but it's just like, you guys couldn't have done this when he was alive? I don't know. That's messed up. That's messed up.
No, they couldn't have.
They should have, and they could have, and they should have. So
well, I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I've kind of stopped.
Especially,
caring.
Let's bring this up. You can't even buy a hot dog at a concession stand without seeing the odds of which ketchup or mustard tank is going to be more full than the other. I mean, baseball has dove and other sports have dove headfirst into gambling, and you're going to keep this guy out because he's a gambler? It's not because he's a gambler. You guys are keeping him out because y'all don't like him. That's what it is. That's why they kept him out. So you can take all the sports betting and shove it up your butt too. You guys are in bed with him.
Yeah, I think that's probably your best point here. And we've also done a video on gambling. So if you would like to watch that video on how much baseball has embraced gambling, I would say look up here, but I don't think Anthony adds them all the time. So I don't know.
I forgot last episode.
Look at our channel in general.
Hey,
you'll see it.
By the way, this is a 2-man show. Or man-woman show. It's a 2-person show. Man is like all-encompassing.
So what?
You could have added them.
Yeah, but you upload it doesn't matter. We're not getting into the admin of this show. Look, but if you want to hear about that, you should go check out that video because I talk about how, I mean, this is a problem. And look, hey, we just spent 20 minutes talking about Shohei Ohtani. I bet he's not going to have a problem getting into the Hall of Fame.
Ipe. Well, if Pete Rose had a translator, he'd been in the Hall. Right.
If only Pete Rose spoke Japanese, then he probably would have been just fine, I guess, getting into the Hall of Fame.
The way Pete Rose spoke to the media, sometimes he probably could have used a translator, honestly. So.
Yes, that is very true.
I guess that brings us to definitely Lisa's and mine, but everyone's favorite part of the show.
It's time for fair or foul.
All right. I forget what this is. Oh, yeah, spring training. So a lot of players are coming back fresh off their new routines, new training programs. Alex Verdugo. What's going on here, Lisa? Fair or foul? Verdugo's new training regimen. Never seen this before.
You're upside down. I've seen these.
I've been upside down this whole episode, by the way.
I know, but you didn't catch it this time, so I want to tell you. I have seen these at gyms.
This?
The thing he's on.
Yeah, what gym are you going to?
It's like it's to help with your balance and core, I believe. Like, because it moves and you're supposed to just like obviously do exactly what he's doing. So so with that context, I would say like I guess it makes sense if he's trying to really work on his core, or if he's like really trying to get into surfing and that's his like that was his off-season stuff and he really misses it. I think it's fair. Do whatever you have to do to try to be the best hitter you can be. I mean, I don't know that it looks like this, but if this is what helps him, then like go for it.
I was gonna say I don't know what the hell this is, but it looks dizzy. Like I feel dizzy watching this. All right, the next one. All right, you know baseball is foul.
So we said fair, right?
I say foul. Foul. Don't do that. That's weird.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Be normal. Just hit on the ground, damn it. Like, why we gotta do all this crazy stuff? Just hit on the
ground like God intended.
Yeah. What the hell? What? You like practicing in case like you have to hit drunk? That's what I feel like. He's got like drunk goggles on.
Yeah. Like I said, in case he's like playing baseball on the ocean, like on his paddleboard later, and
on a boat,
you know,
the boat game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, baseball. It's a very passionate sport. A lot of emotions in baseball. Let's tune in. I don't know if you remember this. It's not really this day in history, but do you remember back in the day when Yasiel Puig was trying to save this cat and they just wouldn't let him? Let's take a look. Do you remember
this? For real?
Happening? Yeah.
No. Is this real?
Puig was trying to save this cat and they literally were holding him back. They wouldn't let him save the cat. Like I
feel like you're messing with me right now. Like I don't think this is real.
It's on the screen. Like look at them all try to hold him back. Like I don't know why they didn't just let him save this cat. I guess.
This is like a joke. This is a joke and he was about to fight somebody and you're just like messing with me right now. This is not real.
Look, I saw it on Twitter, so it has to be real.
There's no way that this is real. So foul for trying to trick me on a segment of our show. I cannot believe you.
I say fair, and I think you almost had it for a second. You're like, wait, why are they holding him back? Wait, why won't they let him save the cat?
No, I never thought that. It made no sense.
I saw it in your eyes. Like, wait, why aren't they letting him save the cat?
That is not the response to a man trying to go pet a cat, okay? Like, never has to have two teams of professional men come together to stop a man from petting a cat in the outfield. No, you never had me.
It really happened. I definitely had you because it really happened, so I don't know what else could be happening. But yeah, like, look, he's literally telling him, like, please let me, El gato, gato. Look. He's like, please. I'm sure I have to get the cat. He's right there.
Foul. Next.
All right. The last one, I can't really remember. What I'm trying to remember. What is? Let me see if I can do like a little quick. Oh. All right. So the last one, fair or foul. ABS strike zone's been a hot topic this episode. Let's listen to this umpire's reaction to his call being challenged. Let's just tune in here.
I won't be able to hear it.
Why not?
Because I can't hear on my end.
All right, well, if you can't hear it, then just tell me. I'll play it.
Good breaking ball. Just misses. Brett Sullivan going to challenge.
Can't hear
it. No.
He goes, we're challenging the ball call.
Brett has been expert at the ABS system. Ooh.
The call is surprisingly correct.
The umpire said, the call is surprisingly correct.
So, I told you.
Fair foul. Hey, we're talking about we're going to lose the human aspect of it.
Good breaking ball.
Clearly, we're not losing the human aspect of it. We just had the umpire be hilarious right here. Challenging the ball call.
Brett
they show the ABS.
Expert.
The call is surprisingly correct.
Yeah, you know, again, I hate to just like continuously plug, but that video I did is like really coming in handy right now as we talk about ABS, because I looked up a lot of this stuff and I give you facts. But yeah, you know what? The big thing that I learned in really looking into this is how accurate human umpires honestly are. I think from a fan perspective, we assume that they get so much wrong. I think because the wrong calls stand out to us, they call a pitch, they call every pitch that's thrown. And
There's a lot of pitches.
of course, we're only going to, exactly. And we're only going to remember the ones that didn't go the way we wanted to, or we think went our way. Plus you add into that, this isn't so much for the players, but for the people at home, how the strike zone we see on TV is not not this, of course. This is ABS, but like the strike zone we see on like ESPN, not anymore, LOL, RIP, Apple or wherever, is not the actual strike zone. It's just being put up by the producers of the show. So I think we think they're a lot less accurate is what I'm trying to say, and they're actually very accurate. They're in like the 90s, high 90 percentile in accuracy. So like, it's incredible what these guys can do. And
I just think it's very funny too, because when I umpired Little League, which is obviously not this level, but I mean, still calling balls and strikes is still calling balls and strikes. And you have an idea of the strike zone, like it's like you don't have that box in real life, so you're just going based off what you see and what you feel. And obviously framing, like sometimes a catcher will catch something and they catch it terrible and they make it look like a ball. But you're like, I think that was a strike. So I think it's funny. You see this, like, they're obviously human. So he's like, oh, surprisingly it was correct, because maybe he had doubt in his mind, like, oh, maybe that. He's probably thinking, oh, I missed that one. Challenge, I missed that one. They're gonna get me on this one, and then he was right. So that just goes to show, never second guess yourself, because your first guess is usually the correct one, and he definitely guessed on that pitch, and he guessed correctly on that. So never second guess yourself, especially when you're an umpire. They tell you that. So I don't know. I say fair. I love this. This is what the ABS can do. And I don't know if you've seen in NHL, there's like some, like obviously they announced the penalties, right? Like, high sticking, hooking, whatever. Wes McCauley is a ref in the NHL. If you want to laugh at something, Google Wes McCauley funny penalty call. I don't know, just figure it out. But he'll go out there and he's like, number 94 Ottawa, 2 minutes for fighting. Like he makes like a funny voice, and fans get into it. It's just he's very dramatic. So I think we have a potential with that in baseball. I like giving the umpires mics. Give them mics so we can hear them talk. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of goes both ways. I mean, there's a conversation to be had about like, there are umpires who end up unfortunately stealing the show. I think like Angel Hernandez comes to mind as one of those.
But it wasn't because he was mic'd up, just because he sucked.
I know, but what I'm saying is he's the first to come to mind. But there are other umpires that they make weird calls and then they kind of are assholes about it. I mean, that happens. So I think there's an argument and umpire to steal the show and become some personality. But at the same time,
if it's like for
I
half
agree.
a
Like, I don't think
second
we're
in
getting
the middle
rid
of
of
the game, it's all right to me.
Right. I'm disagreeing. But yeah, so I'm all for ABS, I guess. We'll see what happens. Although, like I said, I was shocked to see that human umpires are right a lot of the time. So
I wasn't.
After that, I kind of didn't care.
Something similar happened recently in I think it was like a college hockey game or like a minor league hockey game where maybe it was like like NHL. I don't know, but something happens. They say the call on the ice is overturned. We have no goal, and then fans start booing because it was against the home team. So boo, and then the ref goes, "It gets worse," and it goes, "Home team, minor penalty for too many men on the ice," and it goes, "Oh, it gets even worse." So like little stuff like that where it's not planned. It's just like the umpire being himself, like, "Oh, it gets worse. Just wait till you hear this." Minor penalty, your team, 2 minutes. It's just funny.
Yeah.
It's
funny.
funny.
That's different. That's fun.
Yeah. So that's all I got for today. Anything you want to bring up for the fans to know about you right now? That sounds like you're hiding something. I'm just genuinely curious.
Or like, I'm going to tell them what my shoe size is or something.
Ew.
No, I think because you said about me. I'm like, what? I don't know. If you are here, you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment about anything that we've talked about. Tell us how you feel about ABS. Go check out those videos on gambling and ABS.
That I may or may not plug at the top.
That he may or may not. He doesn't plug them because I produced them. And so
I don't plug them because I'm busy. I got a busy life.
Okay. Well, yeah, go check out our extra innings video. If you made it this far and there's an extra inning video that you want to see, let us know because we're gonna start getting into the lab with those soon. So yeah, thanks for watching and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things you're supposed to do. You know how it works.
Yes, you do. All right, until next time, guys.
All right, see ya.
Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling differently. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more